Hey everybody, welcome everybody to Cheesehead Trucking. Today's episode, I guess we're just going to continue the grind. Level 10 now, almost. Yeah, level 10. Halfway to where we want to be, level 20. Got some more bank. Let's see where we're going today. It's Cheesehead Trucking because Missouri, nice. 625 miles. What are we using? Damn Freightliner. Alright, let's go. Cheesehead Trucking because I'm from Wisconsin. That's it. Alright. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just gonna take the path here. So if you're curious as to what I'm using for equipment, it's down below in the description. Bought it all off of Amazon. Steering wheel, the racing cockpit, and the button box. No sponsors. If you're curious about the racing cockpit, as far as the size, would I fit? I think you're safe if you're 6 foot, 6'2", depending upon your mass. Like, you could be 6'2" and 150 pounds, or 120 pounds, or 350 pounds. It's supposed to hold up to 500. Will it? I don't know. Why is that guy got to edge forward? Cut me off on the corner. According to the specs, you're supposed to be able to do 500 pounds. I honestly think 500 to be pushing it. But who knows? I'm not 500 pounds, so I couldn't vouch for it. The 500 pound weight limit. You're gonna have a question of the day. I try to get a question of the day every video, so. Let's see, what can I come up with for a question? Hmm. last video, I asked what your truck is. What's your truck of choice on the game? Is it a modded one or is it one that's in game? So is it like the Pete or the Freightliner or one of the other ones? I use the 579 high-rise Pete. That's just my favorite truck. I like the way the gauges are set up, speedometer. It gives you distance to empty. Speaking of that, I should look. I know this truck doesn't have that because I just had this truck in the last build. Yeah, I don't know. What question should I get? Excuse me. Honestly, trying to come up with a question for you. Alright, where are you from? That's a good, easy question. You don't have to tell me the exact city. Give me a state or a country. You don't have to give me an exact city if you don't want to. Like, I'm from Wisconsin. So that's the question. Where are you from? Damn, it's a long way. Yeah. Took me a while to get to this level, you know, save up the coin, I guess, to get all the stuff I wanted. You know, I'd always said that when I was playing this, I used to play this back in the day with ETS and ETS2 for that matter, but it was always with a controller. Controller, Xbox controller. I said, the only way I'm going to get a steering wheel is if I can mount it to a racing cockpit. I won't do the steering wheel on the stand, sit in an office chair and play. I want a cockpit. So that's what I got. Kind of pricey, but in my opinion it's worth it, provided you have the room and the ability to fit into it. I do wish about one thing in the cockpit though, but I guess I could modify that. It is low to the floor, you know, getting in and out of it if you're of a certain age like myself. It's an interesting venture crawling in and out of this thing. You can fall into it crawling out of it, you know what I'm saying? Whereas if it were higher up, like a car would be, kick your legs to the side, stand up, because you're up off the floor 3 feet or whatever. I don't know which way I'm going. Or Jasper, I guess. Up the speed here. Slow down. I don't know. It always does. And it'll pick back up again. Right now. Should have just left it. Now I gotta put speed back over. But yeah. But now that I have it, I love it. I wouldn't want to go back to controller. Do I plan on getting this on PlayStation? Because I play on PlayStation. No. I already have it on PC with the racing cockpit and everything. I'm not gonna, and I have all the states and stuff. I can't imagine going back rebuying all the DLCs. How much is that game? Okay, there's another topic here. How much is this game gonna cost? Got up to 75, you a-holes. 72 actually. I don't need fuel yet. Looks like we're gonna be taking the rural routes. But yeah, how much is this game gonna cost? I know, like the core game back in the day was what? $30? For this, and you got California, Arizona, and Nevada, or was it California, Nevada? I think really like 2 states. A lot of trips to Elko and Winnemucca, and then eventually you started trickling a few more states in there, but you paid $10 for each one of them, or $12, whatever it is, for each one of them. So how many states have been released since we started? I don't know, I'm not going to go through and do the math, but say it's 10. I think it's over that. So 10 times $11, it's $110. Plus the game on PlayStation is going to be $60 or $70. It'll be a $200 game. Unless you buy the big bundle or something, you may get it for $150. But even then, a lot of coin to start, you know, as initial. I snuck into this, you know, gradual amounts. It wasn't like a lump sum of $150. It was like, yeah, $10 here and there, you know, twice a year, because it takes forever for these maps to drop. I don't know if I'll ever see all 48. The way they're dropping, it'll be another 10, 12 years before, or more, before we see 48 states in this. Non-modded anyway. What is that other thing? It's the Pro Mods or something? I don't do any of those mods. don't do non-traffic, like no AI and all that stuff. This is all straight up. Gameplay here. Just play to play. Sometimes I would like to have no traffic, but and then turn off traffic on fences. Then you can just fly. You screw the lights, screw the everything, just go. Get your deliveries done flying through towns at 100 miles an hour. Kind of takes the simulator aspect out of it and turns it into an arcade game. When you do that kind of stuff. I mean, again, I did turn off, I do have the driver fatigue turned off. But that's about it. Everything else is legit. As far as random events, tour, rain, and detours and stuff like that. It's like 20%, I think. I don't know what y'all have your stuff set at, but I don't mind driving in the rain. But get a right lane ending here. I'm coming over. Something about putting a big fuel tanker in front of somebody that they're gonna move. Oh, we'll let you in. We'll let you in. That's way. That's what I got. Looks like a tanker. Yeah. This one's gonna take longer. Going through the rural highways as opposed to freeways, interstates. Kappa sitting there. You have the speed limit. It's on these 2-lane roads like this, and you have a 75 speed limit. That's crazy. You know, that's interstate speeds, not 2-lane highway speeds. Crazy. Think about it. Yeah, where I live, it's 55. On these kinds of roads, 55, not 75. 75 is allocated for interstates and freeways. And then, like, I think actually a freeway is 65, and then you get to the interstates, it's 70. Wisconsin. I guess I'm not going to complain. Higher the speeds, the more I get this low delivery today yet. I still have to go to work today. Not that I really care, but today is my company that I work for is awesome, by the way. I'm not going to name names, but trouble they lost. Call AAA. Because today's Tuesday, and every Tuesday, company pays for our lunch and our time. So we get to go to lunch. And we're not in a big city, so we don't have the variety that a big city would have. Places to go grab the grub. But we can go get lunch, and the food is paid for, and our time. We don't have to clock out. We can just go, I mean, up to an hour. It's free. We get paid to go to lunch, paid to eat. Food is free, and so is the time. You only have to work 7 hours today if you think about it. Today, or if you're on that schedule. I'm on a long schedule because I work 10-hour days, but I only have to work 9 hours today. Don't have to clock out. You can go. Of course, they don't want you to go into the Mexican restaurant, margaritas, just go to sit in a bar for an hour, getting tanked up, doing shots. But I know as soon as I As soon as I slow down to 55, because I don't want to tick either, the speed limit's going to go back up at 75. Do it. My luck, there was a speed camera mounted on this stupid pillar right here. It only got me for 60 and a 55. Yeah, so that's one thing my company does. Appreciate it. You don't have to go if you don't want to eat lunch or whatever. It's only one day a week. It's Tuesdays. It's not like it's every day of the week. That would get expensive. I think it gets expensive anyway. There's enough of us. I mean, it's a small company, right? It's a handful, literally a handful of people that go. I think our biggest group so far has been five people that went to lunch. Speed again. It's just flashing yellow. We're going through it. This one looks like a red. Yeah, so 5 of us. So you figure that out. If it's $15 a person, I'd say $5. You know, some of these people can eat, and they don't tell you what you can get at. You know, you don't get the dollar menu. You can get whatever you want. Some of these people, like, wow, you put it away, and it's women. If you think, man, I can remember going out on a first date with a woman. With my girlfriend at the time, of course, and they would eat like birds. I'm not really that hungry. I'm just gonna have this because they don't want to be a pig in front of you. And then you marry them, and they're hitting the trough. You know, let's go to buffet. Okay, perfect to get my money's worth. You know, but they eat dainty because they want to look like a delicate flower in front of you. It's like, I know you eat more than this. I know you do. You'd be starving to death if you only ate this one leaf of lettuce and all this and that. Funny how that changes as you get older. Be yourself. You don't have to be put out in front, you know. Yeah, these ladies, boy, they're ordering multiple appetizers and everything else. I'm like, wow. I don't know where they put it. That's where they eat. On a cement truck. Yeah, I don't know many companies that do that. Pay for your lunch. And there's literally a handful or less of places that we can go as far as, because it's not a very big town. Some places have closed that they used to go to before I started. I don't think you can do the supper club style where they serve alcohol. I think, well, although they go to the Mexican restaurant and they do have margaritas and stuff there and beer, domestic beer and stuff. Besa. I'm gonna need a few. soon. Oh, there we go. It might be the time to do it because of the fact that it's before you get on the freeway. I don't know if I can get access to it this way. Yeah. Give me some fuel. I'm gonna figure out where the pumps are. Ooh. On the fuel. All right, let's get rolling here. You're paid for by the company. On the highway. Hey, green. It's green enough. I'm trying to think of what the. We already did the question, right? Yeah, we did the question the other day. Where you live? I just want to know where my viewers are from. Again, I don't want your address. I don't want your. I'm not gonna send you any mail. Just the state. Or country or whatever. Province, you're from Canada. Dallas. I didn't know we were going to Dallas. I didn't look to see where the heck we were going. Oh, Missouri is somewhere. It was 600 and some odd miles. So we're not even halfway. But if we can get on the interstate, an actual speed limit, to go make up time. This up and down crap with the speed limit. my setup here, I have it's all down below, but it's a separate PC running this Cockpit. It's an older PC, fortunately, but it works for now. I'm gonna eventually upgrade it. I mean, it has a halfway decent graphics card in it, but it needs to be upgraded. Well, we were on some good roads for a while. I guess we're going to be in the silence. Yeah, eventually I'll get a new PC. But I got a lot of other expenses to worry about right now. Meantime, start saving money. I just bought a new PC, which is why this is the old one, and I put that on my main computer system or work area. I do not work from home. I wish, but when I do, I can't work. Although they did give me homework. They wanted me to do. But by the time you guys see this, I'll have that project done. This will be coming out sometime in the beginning of March, this video. As of this current date, which is February 3rd, I don't have my project done yet, but I definitely got a good start on it. They want it done by March 1st, so I've got a couple weeks, but I don't plan on... I want it done way before the deadline. You know, like I handed it on the last day. A lot of computer work I gotta do. Luckily, I have a computer at home. Work on things. I actually have two computers. Plus, I've got one in the basement in a box or a tote. An old Alienware PC that I have. It's Windows 8.1. I don't even know if it would do anything anymore. I'm gonna set up trash. And I stole the monitor off of that old Alienware. That's the one I'm using now. It's an old monitor. I think it's Asus. Oh, Acer. Alright, Acer monitor. And it still works. That guy was gonna pass me. I look back and there's a guy in the left lane. I'm like, I don't think this is 4 lanes. What's he trying to do here? Dude, I got the hammer down. I can't go any faster. But yeah, I might upgrade to a bigger monitor, but I definitely want to upgrade to a bigger. I'm currently using a TV for my monitor for playing on this. It's a 40-inch 1080p TV. I really want to upgrade to because it works fine for what I'm doing it for. What I'm doing, it's way cheaper to go buy a TV for this than it is to go buy a monitor this size, especially. There's no X in especially. Anyway. We're gonna ease on this, but I want to move up to a 55-inch 4K from a 40-inch 1080p. Green. Who am I stopping for? I have the room. but I couldn't go any bigger than 55. And again, right now I'm using a 40, and it's nice. And even at 1080p, it's still okay. And if I bump up to 4K, then it's bigger screen. Go bigger, go home. But my other setup has 3 monitors, or 2 monitors and a TV. A cockpit, other cockpit, command center, corner desk with 3 screens. That's for playing and streaming on the PS5, because I do that more than I do with this. And this I just started doing, obviously, like a month ago. But that I've been doing for years. I don't even have an office chair for that setup. I have a recliner in place of an office chair. I'm like, I don't want to sit in an office chair anymore. I bought a recliner to kick back and play my games and all that. It's the 3rd time? Or is this a different... I know on the last trip I had to stop twice, I think. I don't think that this is still the same one. If that's the case, it's like blew out a tire or something. One thing that this game doesn't have, that I've noticed, is animals. Like running across the road. I mean, because if you get in like Iowa and stuff, there's deer crossing. You know, you get out in these rural areas, you're gonna have animals running across the road. And you get up by Colorado and Montana and stuff, you can have moose, bear, and whatever else running across the road. Maybe they just don't want to deal with PETA. I guess that's a problem. It could be a problem. You killed animals. That's animal cruelty. It's a video game. Simulation game, but it's not like I pulled the truck over, got out, grabbed my rifle, and shot the damn deer or whatever. Got a blind that mounts to the roof of the truck cab. I try to record when I can. 2 videos today. So the previous video, and then this one. I try to record as many as possible. But again, I still have my work project, so I'm going to tinker with that. And then, because I'm getting paid to do that. I'm not getting paid to do this. I'll tinker with that project for a while. Keep track of my hours. That's what they told me. Just keep track of your hours, we'll pay you. Okay. Give me time and a half for any hour I worked on my project. Time and a half's good for me. I said, you realize I've never done this. It's going to take me longer than what it's going to take somebody else to finish it. That's not like, oh no, that's fine. Okay. Keep track of my hours. I guess it could be a tax write-off, I guess. It's stuff we have to have. And somehow I got volunteered to be the guy for this particular project. Like, we could have so-and-so do it. And being so-and-so, we're going, really? Yeah. Serious? I've only been here, like, at the time, like 3 months. And they're like, you can do this. Not in my wheelhouse. It's my skill set. Why would you do that? Seriously. If you were worried about a cop being there, you should have moved over. Not just stopped after you see. Looky-loo, that's what you were. Toll road coming up here. Oh, bright. Got the high beams on there. $13. But yeah, like whatever. But keep in mind, I'm not a professional. No, that's okay. Okay, so you're gonna pay me time and a half to work on something I've never done before. All right then. Yeah, we got confidence in you. We feel you to be good. Be good. We wouldn't have chose you if we didn't. Well, I think it's because the other guy was really busy and it was, helping him out. I mean, to be fair, the guy who typically does this and who is busy, he is a very busy guy. He's very open for questions. He told me that if you have any, you're gonna have questions. He says, don't, because you've never done it. I said, this is a new language I gotta learn. He says, yeah. He says, don't worry about it. Here's my cell. He says, you can text me or whatever you have any questions. This is 4 lanes. I hope so. This space. He's like, yeah, no problem. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a text or whatever, or call me if you have other questions. He says, you doing this is saving me a bunch of time. Yeah, and not saving me any time. He goes, yeah, but we appreciate it. I'm like, I'm sure you do. I just, I appreciate that they gave me this opportunity, but I don't want to be the guy. You know what I mean? I don't want to do too good, if that makes any sense. And then you become the guy who's got to do all these projects. Because, oh my God, you did such a good job on this one. We would love for you to go back and do all of these other ones. They're work instructions is what I'm doing. But because when I started there, it's kind of funny how it came about. When I first started there, the first thing I asked for was a legal pad or a notebook of some kind so I could take notes, right? So that I could refer back to my notes when I'm rebuilding these things. I'm an assembler. I could refer back to my notes. Be like, okay, we're doing this one. And then I started taking pictures with my phone of certain things that would trip my brain. Plus, I had it all written down. Like, okay, so here's a picture of it. Okay, perfect. And I just got to put this here. Because it's a lot of wiring and it's not just putting pieces together. It's wiring, connecting cables and wires, things like that. You have to know where things go, or you can do some damages. Like batteries. Anyway. Well, I was taking notes and taking pictures. Well, then the inspector, because we have an inspector check every single part that goes through after it's assembled. He saw me taking the notes and the pictures. And he's like, wow, we need to get copies of those. I'm like, or he says so we can put them in our work instructions. Because wait a minute. When you were all done with this project, we could get you to do the work instructions for this particular build. It's a unit that we build, and we build a lot of. But apparently I became, because of that, because I took notes and I showed initiative to do this and do that, I became the guy for that particular unit. And it's funny because nobody else likes that unit, and it's one of my favorites. Like, we hate that one. And I'm like, really? Because it's so detailed. It's not just a small unit. Some of the units we have are small. Like the size of a VCR, if you know what a VCR, a DVD player. Some units are that size. This thing's way bigger. Gonna compare it to an object. Picture two of the taller mini fridges side by side. That's about the size of this unit. So it's a heavy unit once you get everything put together. Everything's installed. All of that. But, yeah, so I became the guy for this particular unit, which is funny. Because at the time, I'd only been there a week, 2 weeks, because I was taking notes right away. Like, that's awesome that you're taking notes. I'm like, nobody's ever taken notes before? They don't hire a lot of people, first of all. It's not a place that has a high turnover rate. So, their schedule got busy. So they're like, well, we need to add another person. And I was in the market for a position somewhere. Go ahead. I went for it. I got it. And I get along really well with everybody that works there. Everybody. From upper management all the way down to the bottom guy, which technically would be me. Because I'm the last hired. But there's a younger man than myself that started, I don't know, 6 months before I did. And he was going to be that guy. But because he's 18, doesn't have downplay the guy because he's a decent guy, decent kid. He doesn't have the work ethic. I mean, he shows up, but he doesn't have the I don't know the words. Competency. He doesn't get a lot of things. Apparently, when he first started there, that's what I was told this by his trainer. Probably when he first started there, he couldn't get a screw to go in. He was using a screwdriver and he couldn't get a screw to go in. Right? And he's like, yeah, it just won't go in, just won't go in. So he goes over and he watches this kid and he's turning the screw the other direction. He's like, no, you got to turn the screwdriver the other way. Oh yeah, that works way better. How did he get this job? And all this kid's ever done. Again, I give him props because he works, but all he's ever done is fast food and retail. So as far as mechanical ability, he has zip. So I've only been there at the time a week, and I'm ahead of this kid already. And he's been there 6 months before me. Because I showed initiative, because I was taking notes, because I took pictures, because of all the little things. And I'm older. Of a certain age, era, time. You have a different skill set. And when I had my review, my first performance review, you need to move over. They were telling me, it's like, well, you're that guy now. You're that guy. And 100% happy with your performance. You get a good raise right off the bat. I wasn't complaining. Like, we definitely made the right decision. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. I don't know if this line's gonna end. Yes, it did. Whatever. we doing? It's 65, not 25. But yeah, they're happy with my skill set, because I've done different things at different jobs, and I know how to use different tools, things like that, saws, sanders, hand tools, drills, drill press, all these different things I can just do because I know time, This kid's never touched a screwdriver, obviously, because he's putting screws in the wrong direction. So, now he became a different person as far as his position at the company. He's not going to be the assembler guy. He's going to be the parts guy. So that's something he can do. But he wants to become more like me. Well, then they told me, like, well, we could put you into we can definitely see putting you into a supervisor role. Because they potentially want to hire more people, which then I'll become the trainer and a supervisor over other people. Somebody who's only been there 3 weeks, I'm like, what? Or 3 months at the time. Sorry, it was 3 months at that time for my review. I'm like, you're gonna make me a supervisor? Can we ever talk about this? I don't know if I want to be in that position. It means more money always, but a lot more responsibility. And they have to compensate you for your position. You know what I'm saying? So an extra 50 cents an hour to me is not worth the headaches of being a supervisor. Because I've been offered supervisor positions at other companies where I worked for a long time. And I said, what does it pay? That's 50 cents an hour. 50 cents an hour more, and I gotta do this, and I gotta supervise 40 people and keep them busy and make sure that they're scheduled and this and that. Yep. For $20 a week. No, 50 cents an hour. No, $20 a week. Do the math. $50, 40 hours, that's $20. So for $20 a week, pre-tax, I have to get this. So this should be a $5 an hour raise, not 50 cents. Because I gotta make sure I gotta deal with all these people calling in, and I gotta do this, and scheduling, and blah, blah, blah. It's not worth 50 cents. So I turned it down. You can keep 50 cents. Put it on somebody else. But then they couldn't keep anybody. Nobody wanted that spot. Surprise. Because it was like 50 cents. What the hell? So they begged the person that was in that position to not retire yet, because they were going to retire. It wasn't. So she says, I'll give you, 5 years, and then I'm out of here. And she ended up working like 8 more years. Because they must have convinced her, or maybe they fattened the deal a little bit. But it wasn't worth 50 cents an hour. That's just not appreciating your employees when you get 50 cents. That's a joke. Since I'm supposed to, make you guys look good, so that you guys get bonuses, and I get shit on. Nah. And that was a bigger company, and not a huge company, but bigger than where I'm at now, for sure. There's ups and downs of working for small companies, though. The upside is that they appreciate you. In a smaller company. The downside is the insurance. That's the big one for me, is the insurance, medical insurance. Because you don't have so many people on the plan, your rates are astronomical. Whereas if you have a company, say Walmart, corporation like that, where it's 1 million employees or whatever, they get such a great rate. Their insurance is just cheap. And benefits are great. They pay for shit, but their wages are garbage, but the benefits are great. 18 miles. Stock options and all kinds of stuff. But you only get 15 bucks an hour. 14 bucks an hour. I think it's 14. The starting wage here. Well, again, Wisconsin. Maybe you live in California or something, it's more, but it ain't shit here. 14 bucks an hour is poor. Well, we have good benefits. That they do. That they do. So I'm going to take this last couple seconds here to thank everybody for watching. Again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down in the chat. And we'll get back to you. Promise. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Trying to grow the channel, so I'm trying to grow the channel. No we involved, just me trying to grow the channel. Is that a car over there? I can't see it. No, it's not a car. Just a reflection of my mirror. I thought there was another car waiting to turn. Gate. Yeah, I'm trying to grow the channel. It's baby steps. I know it's going to take a while. And you can park it. We can level up again? We'll see. Oh. I guess we'll have to wait till the next video to level up. Alright, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for watching. Appreciate you. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.